I am really bad at faces. You've heard that before, and you probably never gave it a second thought. It's just what you say if you didn't recognize someone and they call you on it. But when I say it, I don't mean I'm sorry I didn't remember you from 4 years ago when we met for 5 minutes at a fundraiser dinner. I mean, I have no idea who you are 30 seconds after meeting you. I often don't recognize my family members, and occasionally I don't recognize myself. I have a condition called face blindness. 2% of the U.S. population suffers from some amount of face blindness, so it's not as rare as you might think, and it might be worth learning about it. I would like to tell you a little bit about what it is, what causes it, and some people you might know who have it. You may never have heard of face blindness. So what is it? Face blindness was first described in the 1800s. It was given the name prosopagnosia in 1947. Prosopagnosia, which is hard to spell, means face unknown. People with face blindness may not be able to recognize the difference between faces, so they might learn to cope with this by recognizing people by their hairstyle, or their outfit, or by context, such as at church. But what happens when Susie decides to change her hairdo or her outfit and meets you at the grocery store? How do you tell them apart when they have the same face? Another issue a person with prosopagnosia might have is that they see your face clearly like this, but when you leave and they go to remember your face, all they see is this. General information and no details. There is no cure for prosopagnosia or any effective treatments, but there is ongoing research, which leads one to wonder, what causes prosopagnosia anyway? Face blindness is caused when the section of the brain that's designed to recognize faces is damaged in some way. The brain, being quite ingenious, tries to make up for this loss by using the portions that are designed for recognizing objects. It's like using a hammer to drive a screw. It can work, but it's not very efficient. Most people who have prosopagnosia were born with it, or developed it soon after birth. This has caused developmental prosopagnosia. There is some evidence that it may run in some families, but they have not found a genetic marker yet. A few people with prosopagnosia develop it after receiving damage to the face recognition center of the brain, either through head trauma or disease. This is called acquired prosopagnosia. As promised, I'm going to let you know about some people who have prosopagnosia that you may have heard of. A famous actor and movie star, Brad Pitt, has face blindness. A renowned scientist, Jane Goodall, mentioned having face blindness. And the Woz, the co-founder of Apple, Steve Wozniak, has prosopagnosia. I hope I've been able to educate you a little about this condition that affects so many people. Now that you know some people with prosopagnosia, me, Brad, Jane, and Steve, and you know a little about what causes face blindness, and you've learned about what prosopagnosia is and how it can affect the lives of people who have it, perhaps the next time someone seems not to recognize you, you'll think twice before giving them a hard time. If they don't recognize you, it might be they just can't.